Yeah, man, tag away all that you like. So I want to just check that the feed is going here. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, where's this on? It's on your page right now, or Revive page?
This will be on Revive's page. Funny, I just scrolled past one of your ads.
Hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, 1 sec. Let's just make sure this is rocking and rolling. Okay, it's all good to go. Sweet. So guys, I am here honored to sit down with my two friends here, Dave Endicott and Matt Atkinson. They are the founders and the owners of Atkinson Landscaping based here in Cloverdale, BC. How are you guys doing today? What is happening?
We're doing good. Lots going on with nice weather for us, which is awesome. But just working away here at Matt's office at his house.
Yeah, I love you guys' setting. I see like a nice chalkboard in the back and kind of like a little shiplap wall vibe going on. It's nice.
Yeah, I'd love to say we did it, but we didn't. That's okay, though.
Nice.
It is nice.
So the sun comes up, and how crazy is the phone going for you guys lately?
It's busy. We're really busy right now. I'd say like in some ways, I don't know what it is, but the phone was probably a little busier in May, but it feels busier with the workload that we're doing right now. So just staying on top of it's been not like a challenge, but just like there's been some longer days, especially with the rain we had last week. Like days just go longer in the rain. So thankfully we've been on top of it, but it's busier days for sure.
Yeah, totally. It's crazy how the good weather brings on the craziness, and it's like we always joke, everybody seems to call in at the same time, as if they like somehow talk to each other. Oh, we need to call the landscapers or the painters or whoever it is. So it's kind of funny. So Matt and Dave, thanks for joining me here. Can you tell me a little bit about Atkinson Landscaping? I've known you guys for a number of years now, so I feel like I'm well versed in what you guys do, but tell our listeners here what kind of services your company does and kind of who your ideal client is.
Yeah, for sure. Want me to hit on this or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we are a landscaping company. We're located in Cloverdale. Both Matt and I are Cloverdale locals. Our business is kind of like multifaceted, but our main things are we offer like landscape construction and landscape maintenance. So I have traditionally more overseen the construction end of things. So we'll do like patios, synthetic grass, sod installations, like small retaining walls and stuff like that. We kind of like to say on the construction end, we keep it simple for the most part. So lots of our jobs are like 3-4 day projects. Sometimes we'll get into like 2-week projects, but we're not doing like those huge, like high-end custom renovation jobs. We're more, if someone wants a patio, we'll come do that for them. We still do really good, high quality work. Just we try to stay away from the really high, like design, custom kind of stuff. And then Matt has always done more of our maintenance. So I don't know. You probably want to say a few things about that.
Yeah, on the maintenance end of things, we do strata, commercial, and residential maintenance. So for strata, we usually do like a full service contract where we do all the pruning, the weeding, and the lawn mowing and all the fertilizing as well. And then for residential, you can kind of more pick and choose the services you're wanting. I'd say recently we're more pushing the residential end of things and trying to get more of our residential clients and do their lawn mowing, the property cleanups for them, and fertilizing as well.
That's awesome. So you guys kind of got the two sides of the business, the yin and the yang. We got the big kind of construction projects, the patios, and then the other side, you have more the maintenance, kind of that recurring revenue. Because I know, like talking with you guys do like a ton of strata work too. Like I feel like you guys are everywhere. It's funny. Yesterday I was doing a quote and I think I saw one of your trucks up the street. I was a bit behind on my schedule, so I didn't have time to go say hi, but I'm just like, man, these boys are everywhere around Cloverdale. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's most of our work is Cloverdale local. So
okay, and how's the split in like your total business? Is it pretty 50-50 for the two sides, or what does that break down to?
Yeah, to be honest, I should probably know better exactly what the split is, but I would say it's approximately 50-50. We have more staff working in the maintenance for sure, like probably 4 crews to 2 crews in the construction, but the construction, like we're buying materials and doing stuff like that, so it's like higher dollar value items.
Yeah.
So approximately 50-50, but a little bit more manpower on the maintenance end.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably getting those way bigger ticket sizes in the construction, kind of those one-off jobs. Do you guys do like turf installation too, or did I just make that up?
Like fake grass?
Yeah, fake grass.
Yeah, synthetic grass. Yeah, we do that. That's we kind of have like 4 main construction things we offer, and synthetic grass would be one of them.
So synthetic grass, patios. What's the other couple things you said?
Sod, like new turf,
sod,
like grass, and then retaining walls or garden walls.
Okay, those are kind of the big 4.
Yeah, like there's like it's typical that there's overlap. Like you often need a wall when you're doing a patio and stuff, so it kind of depends. But then like most of the time it's those 4 items.
Okay, awesome. So who's you guys' ideal client then? You know, if they're watching this right now, who's someone that you guys would really want to work for that'd be a good fit?
You want to speak on that a little bit?
Sure. So our ideal client on the maintenance end would be someone who is most likely a professional that has a lot of things to do, that works a lot, that is just looking to buy some of their time back. And for us, we just come in. We're really easy to work with. We can do mobile quotes. We get quotes out really fast, and you can pay monthly by credit card, and you can even sign up for like prepayment, where we at the end of the month we automatically charge your card, so that we just come in, we do our thing, and it's super easy for our clients.
Man, that's amazing. That's really what it is all about today in 2020. Hey, like you said, exactly. Homeowners, you give them their time back, and we really almost sell our services of labor to give people their time back and give them whatever service we do around their home. I think I really like you guys' maintenance side of the business. I see a lot of potential with that, given how recurring that revenue is. Like, do your clients come back year over year every spring and get you to do your service on their yard?
Yeah, most, like I would say 99% of our clients come back each year for us to service their property again.
Man, that's awesome. So tell me, how do you guys know each other? How did the business start? I know it's Atkinson, which is Matt's last name. Yeah. Tell us about the business name and how you guys got into landscaping. Kind of rewind the clock where this started.
Sure. So, like Matt and I's parents are next door neighbors. So, like, we've known each other. Well, like I'm a few years older, so I've known Matt, I think, since he was born, technically. And then we kind of we became closer again throughout high school. We connected through Young Life, if you know what that is, or reconnected more. Even though we were living next to each other, we just started hanging out more. And then. Like how it evolved, kind of like I was working in landscaping for a company just coincidentally, and Matt was working for another company. And then we kind of just collaborated, talked about going out on our own. And then I don't really know what happened. We just started cutting lawns for friends and family. And we used I don't even think we had a truck when we started. Like we just were, borrowing like Matt's dad's equipment, and we'd go out and cut lawns on weekends and stuff. And then the idea behind Atkinson was kind of like, we never really had a plan to be a real business, right? We were just cutting lawns, but we wanted there to be some continuity between our name and who we were, because we thought, well, if people are going to write us checks, it's good if they can write it to Matt Atkinson and be Atkinson Landscaping, versus like if we're ABC Mowing, we're like, yeah, just write it to me personally. I don't know, it just seemed like a jump in people's minds. And then as it kind of started snowballing and we grew and got more business, we kind of decided like, well, let's form a partnership and register our name and stuff. And then I don't really remember what happened, but we just both liked Atkinson. It worked out well. I don't know how Matt feels, but I personally like that my name isn't the last name of the company. Like, it's easier to kind of disassociate in the ways of like when dealing with clients and stuff. It's a little bit harder for Matt to just be like, I just work here. I don't know.
Yeah, Dave, you're just the manager. You got to talk to the owner for that.
I can't offer you a discount. I don't have that power. It's a little bit trickier for Matt to do that. So, yeah, we definitely had that. I think for me too, like I take some like accounting classes and stuff, and I never really knew what my like long-term plan was. So at the time it was just like, well, if this doesn't end up being my thing, at least Matt doesn't have to own a company called Endicott Landscaping. So
yeah.
Now where we're at, I don't plan on doing something else, but just like when we started out, it was kind of like in the back of my mind, like I don't know what the plan was.
Matt was more in from day one, and Dave, you were kind of on the fence a bit, still running your accounting, trying to get a grown-up job, I guess, as they say. And is that kind of how it happened?
No, I think we were like, well, I don't know, Matt might differ. I think we were on the same page. I just like, I never thought, well, I guess I personally never anticipate getting to where we're at now. So I was like, well, if Matt and I are just cutting lawns, 5 days a week, then if I, do something else. And so, yeah. Matt, do you want to speak on that? I don't know what you're...
Yeah, I think we were both kind of in the same place. Like, I had graduated high school. We kind of started Atkinson. At the time, it was Atkinson Mowing and Yard Works. And we just started cutting people's lawns. Dave was in school, and I was also in school. And we were both taking classes at Kwantlen, the local university. And we both didn't really know exactly what we wanted to do, but we knew that, like, we were really interested in, like, starting a business and what that entails. And then slowly as the business started to grow, we started hiring people. I dropped out of school, and Dave somehow continued doing school, which was impressive. But I transitioned from doing school full-time and this part-time to this now full-time. So.
Man, that's a really cool story. And just talking with you guys the last couple of years, it sounds like your business is like really growing and expanding. And I feel like most of our chats revolve around systems in your business. But it correct me if I'm wrong, it's got to be, you guys have to be pretty happy to see where your business is today, considering to when you started back in the day.
Yeah, totally. Also, just like going off that, like we started our business technically in December of 2014, but I don't think we hired our full-time staff or quit our jobs till fall of 2016.
Yeah.
So like, although we've been around for now 6 years, it's really the last, 3 to 4 years where we've started growing, implementing systems, having staff, and doing podcasts.
Yeah, hitting the big stage. Speaking of which, good segue. You guys are getting a ton of engagement here. I wanted to just read some of the comments. We got Bobby Walker tuning in saying, yo, yo. We have Zach Y saying, love these guys. Esther Mormon Photos saying she loves the interview. Cam Sparks, great guys, great story. And then Samuel D saying, good stuff. So I've done a handful of these now and haven't really seen this many comments before, so pretty you guys must be saying something that's striking a chord with our listeners, so keep it up.
Yeah, that's it's really neat. The like Zach worked for us for a period, and Sam is currently working for us, but
cool.
Cam, I don't even know who Cam is, and so it's kind of neat seeing someone engaging with us that we're unfamiliar with, so that's really, really cool to see.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, so big question is, obviously there's so many landscaping companies. Like I feel like every second day we get something on our door to cut our lawn for however much, or you see these guys driving trucks around town. What's like a one or two things that really make Atkinson different? If I called into 3 landscapers, what makes you guys like the purple unicorn? These guys are different. I'm going to go with them. Can you speak to that a bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think both Matt and I will probably have a few things to say here, but what we've really tried to do, especially over the last couple of years, is just differentiate ourselves with our level of customer service and what we call customer experience. So I do think we can always be improving this, but we try to never have missed calls. Like if someone wants a quote, we can get there within 24 hours. We can quote it that day or early the next day. And so if you're calling us within 2 days, we can have you a quote. Kind of minimum is what we like, or pretty easily, I'd say. And then like I think we hear a lot of complaints from clients about other companies. They'll be like, oh, I called 5 companies, you're the only one who answered your phone and you're the only one who showed up. So like we're trying to get quotes to our clients before like the competitors even showing up, if that makes sense. And part of doing that is like we have a full-time office manager and full-time estimator, specific just to do those things. I don't know if there's something you want to add, Matt? Or...
Yeah, I think Dave hit really well on it. We employ like an office manager, and she tries to answer all of our phone calls, and we try to communicate really well with all our clients. And we also have a full-time estimator, and his job is to get quotes over to our clients as soon as possible, because people want to know as soon as possible exactly what the jobs are going to cost. We also are able, for the lawn maintenance end of our business, we're able to give quotes by just measuring our properties. So our turnover on getting lawn maintenance quotes is quite fast. If you're wanting to get your lawn cut right away, we can easily, within a day or two, have you quoted and in our schedule for our first cut. So,
man, I love what you guys said. Before someone even shows up, you guys could have already had the job quoted and booked into your pipeline, making it so easy for people. Can you speak to like what you see out there as competitors? Like, is it enough to differentiate just with having quick service like you guys do? Do you see that often? I mean, I feel like the norm in home services is like you just want to hear back from somebody as a homeowner. Can you speak to that a little bit? Just being responsive?
Yeah, for sure. Like the value is like immense. Being able to quickly get back to our clients, like I think that's just like huge. And now being in business and recognizing in other businesses, like we'll have, you know, a mechanic that we try out and they'll be like super good with communication and just like the value of that experience, and they'll like want to use them again. I do think there's like 2 pipelines of clients. I do think some clients, like, I don't know, like some clients really value the like customer service level. They love that we get back to us right away. Like some people who aren't as in a big a hurry, maybe that's not as valuable to them, but definitely the clients we're going for, it seems to be a huge value. And yeah, it's always encouraging when we meet with a client and we get that feedback of like how impressed they were with us, our ability to get back to them or show up in timely manner or get the job done quickly. And so, yeah, I think it's like huge value. And that's like, I'd say our number one differentiator. Is that the right word? The number one thing that differentiates us. So,
you know, what's funny is when people call in, even to us, always asking right away, they want to steer the conversation to price. What's your price? What's your price? But I feel like homeowners actually really care about a positive experience and a really good communication along the way. And I feel like you need to charge a certain price to facilitate getting that good level of communication. It kind of comes both hand in hand. You know, the best client service businesses in our space aren't the cheapest price. And so I think that comes with, you kind of get what you pay for a little bit, I think, in our space. Cody's wanting a shout out, so we're going to just put him up on the screen here. Do you guys know who this guy is?
Never heard of him. No,
Never heard. Okay.
Cody is one of our longest standing employees. He works under me in the construction end of operations, and he might have been with us going on 3 years now. I think we have one other employee that's been here longer, but yeah, Cody's great. So if he's looking for a shout out from us, we're very happy with him.
Mm-hmm. And you also got a shout out from someone in your office staff here. We'll put that up, saying that we love our owners. So someone's working behind the scenes, pumping you guys' tires up.
Oh yeah. That's Kayla, our office manager. So if you ever get an email from admin at Atkinson, it's Kayla. Okay. So
got it. I'm gonna leave this one up for anyone watching. We got a couple more questions to go through with Matt and Dave, but if you do have something, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll probably display it and give you a shout out here. So well done, Cody. Let's talk about marketing, guys. Can you tell me, you've obviously grown your business. You have both you guys running it. You have crews in the field. You have an office manager. You have a full-time estimator. You have an operations guy. Building that infrastructure doesn't come without putting the foot to the floor on marketing. Can you tell me how you guys have grown your business through marketing? What channels are working and what do you not recommend?
Totally. When we started out, the company, it was almost exclusively word of mouth. We did a couple of like flyer campaigns, and did we do anything else? We did those flyers.
Door hangers
as
well.
But mainly word of mouth for the first few years. And I always thought like, oh, word of mouth is great. It's like a high quality lead. People are like, referring us about their good experience. But especially this spring, we've really done like targeted Facebook marketing. And I think that's been really good. And we also we do some street signs. So whenever I see like a Revive sign, I always put an Atkinson sign. And then we do like our trucks are decoed, but then we also do a monthly like email to our clients. I like to say newsletter, but it's more of an email from Matt and I. And the idea with that is like, yeah, it's great if we get business from it, but it's just kind of like reminding our clients we exist, right? Like they might be having something in the back of their mind, get an email from Atkinson, and then they, want a quote on something. So it's just kind of like what we call like keeping the lead warm, I guess, is just reminding them we exist. So that's about the extent of it. I was just I don't know if this is, I think this is on topic, but I found my mindset on marketing's changed a little bit because I used to love word of mouth, but as we've evolved, I've kind of found what happens is the word of mouth leads are like good because the people want to use us, but it's often not in the wheelhouse of what we do. Like it'll be like, I don't know, like, oh, they can need a couple plants pulled or something, but it's like, oh, we can't really do something that small or something. So I find with something like Facebook or email marketing, we can be very specific about what we're offering. And although like the quality of leads that come in sometimes aren't as good, it's very specific on what we do. Where sometimes we get calls and then it's kind of this awkward, like, we want to help this person out because like, they've referred us. And so, we want to keep him happy, but then at the same time, it's like, you're kind of torn between like, this isn't really what we want to be doing. I don't know if that makes sense.
It totally does, man. And I know you guys, you care about people so much. You want to like obviously help people, and you guys really have that servant's heart. And I think that's why your business has done so well. But when it's kind of, we call it scope creep, you're kind of like, oh, do you guys also do this? Do you also do car washing? Do you do pizza delivery, gardening? Can you do this, do that? And you kind of just become a yes man, where I think when you're going with more paid channels of marketing, you can really target who your ideal customer is, what kind of job you want to be taking on, I think is kind of what you're saying.
Totally.
Which is what I must say is I see you guys as Facebook ads everywhere. I must be in your like pixel or something, because every time I go on, I just smile because I'm like, these guys are just hunting me down.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I'd love to say I know what we're targeting, but we have a friend that helps us a lot with that. So he's got all the targets set up.
Man, he's give him my best, because he seems like he's doing well, at least from what I see on my feed. Matt, can you speak to marketing and more like the residential side? Is it similar to what Dave said, or like how do you nurture that kind of customer to come back every year, and how do you go get new customers?
Yeah, so like Dave was saying, like we started more with the word of mouth end of things. This year we've really done a hard push with the Facebook marketing, and that has been it's been amazing. We got so many leads this year in the spring with our Facebook ads for lawn care, and we're able to quote a lot of them like very fast, just being able to measure up all the properties. And yeah, we've just found right now that Facebook with a good ad has given us a lot of return on the investment there.
It's really cool to see how the Facebook is working. Do you guys do much on Google ads at all, or are you pretty much all in on Facebook?
This year we've been more all in on Facebook. We did a little bit of Google ads in the spring, but definitely we found the best return on Facebook, especially with everyone with like COVID happening this spring and everyone being at home online. We found that we were able to get like Facebook leads very cheap, and we were able to go out and quote them very fast. And our turnaround time and return that was really good. So
it's funny how stoked you guys are on Facebook. I would be right beside you in that. In this is my theory, is that our client or our prospects who call in from Google, they're like really looking like, oh, pressure washing, I want it done like today. Like I'm searching for it. I just want it done. When can I get it handled? And like there's a time and place for that. But I think the Facebook tends to have a bit of a longer sales cycle. They see our services and they kind of come in more of a place of like interest and educate me, rather than on Google. They're just like, bam, we want it done, get us a quote. So I think especially the long term, like the bigger ticket items, the retaining walls and the artificial or the synthetic grass, the patios, I think that's like a longer sales cycle that would lend itself better to Facebook. Just thinking out loud here.
Totally. The only thing I was going to mention about Google is we've made a real push to get positive reviews on Facebook. So we've like encouraged our staff to ask for the reviews, and we give them gift cards and stuff for their positive reviews. So that's kind of sort of marketing, but it's related. But just that's be the only thing we're really pushing through Google, I'd say.
And you guys do get really good reviews. I mean, I've checked out your page, and really cool to have you guys on here and talk about your services, because I know you guys do provide a super high value client service, which is always good to see locally.
Totally.
We got our next question coming in from me. What is you guys' biggest challenge as a business owner? So you've been at this a number of years, you're growing, you're systematizing. It's all been sunshine and rainbows and super easy sitting on a beach and going to the bank, right?
Yeah, exactly. No issues, so it's good. Like definitely the issues change year to year as we grow and evolve. But now we're kind of at the point with the size of our company that's really system dependent, and it's very like we're a service business, right? So it's very dependent on people, and like we have a great staff. You can see a lot of them commenting. We have a great team, but just like there was a time where it's like I'd meet with the client, I'd do the estimate, I'd do the job, I'd collect on the job. So it was like an easier communication pipeline. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, well, we have an estimator who meets with the client. He submits the work order to our office manager. The office manager fills out the work order, or schedules a job, assigns the crew, and then the crew gets there and does the install. So it's like matching the client's expectation from that first meeting with like what the crew ends up doing, and just making sure all those things are hit. So one thing we do is when we meet with the client as an estimator, we take a project video. So we'll walk through and then we'll literally take a video and point at everything we're going to do, discuss it, and then that gets shared with the team that does the install so they can kind of see that. And then our staff checks in with the client at the start of the day, end of the day, and at the end of the project. And so that's definitely helped, but there's still like occasionally disconnects, and then that's where we kind of have to figure out on the fly how to solve them. So I'd say for me that's always been a challenge. So
okay.
Matt, for you?
Yeah, definitely the communication end of things with new people in new roles has been a challenge for us. Just people learning their roles and doing them well, and then as the roles have been developing, the communication within those roles, just making sure that the correct information is relayed to the correct people, has been really important for us. And through the spring, we've definitely worked on that a lot, and we've had a lot of learning experiences just in that. So that's probably been our largest challenge right now. We have like an absolutely amazing team, and they are always out there working hard. Just improving on communications and expectations on what needs to be done and when.
That's so much gold in what you guys both said. I think as you grow, Dave, you alluded to it, you're kind of taking the business off your back and putting it into an actual like scalable system, which leads into Matt's point. It's all about communication. We go to these jobs and client says, it's very important you don't leave my gate open because my dog will bolt and run 4 blocks down the street. And somehow when between that and your 10 text messages and your emails, that message doesn't get documented, and then the dog goes bolting, and then it's our fault. But it's all we always say in our team, there's no mistakes, there's only learning. And it's only labeled a mistake if it happens a second time. So we're constantly trying to improve our best practices. How do we ensure Mrs. Gates Smith stays closed properly? How do we transfer that information? It's always just a big work in progress, I think, when you have a home service business.
That gate story hits close to home for sure. Definitely in our early years, that was an issue. I'd like to say we're 100% not an issue on that anymore, but I don't know, it might still happen from time to time. But that's a really good example of like a minor detail that gets overlooked. That's a big deal. So
I think clients relate to you better though when you are more human. I say probably on all our quotes, like we're not perfect. We are human. There are mistakes that come up, but how do we turn those problems with customers into customer service opportunities? You know, we have issues like every other home service company, and how can we turn that negative to a positive? And because I think the home service companies that win over the long term will be the ones who have the long term mindset of the client over 5 years, 10 years, and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
Let's any more challenges to talk about before we get into our final question?
No, that pretty much sums it up.
Sweet. Last question for you guys is on vision for your company. So as leaders of a growing home service company, I think setting that mountaintop for your team, where are you guys going? What does the company look like in a few years? What roles are upcoming and opportunities? So can you maybe paint the picture a little bit where you see the vision for Atkinson in the Vancouver area, say in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever the time may be?
Yeah, we can speak on that for sure. I think like Matt and I discussed this quite a bit and like where we want to be. So I should be somewhat careful on what I say, just because we like, you know, it changes from time to time. But definitely I'd say on the same page for sure, like taking over more and more in like the Cloverdale, South Surrey, Langley area. We do work a little bit further than that, but like we're established in Cloverdale, like we're well known, but I think we could probably get about like probably 5 times bigger just locally. So for sure that would be one of like my goals or our goals, and then just continue to solidify our systems. I don't know if Matt, you want to add to that.
Yeah, I think what Dave said is really good. I want to be we want to be like the go-to provider for like lawn care and landscaping in the Surrey Langley area, and like hopefully the next 2 years. Like if you think about like landscaping, like who are you going to call? Atkinson Landscaping. And then just really working on our systems, making sure like our communication's great, and really like creating like a team of individuals that are coming to work every day to better themselves and to just create a great client experience.
This is kind of throwing one on you, but Matt, you just got my brain thinking here. I feel like you guys do a really good job of creating a team culture, and we throw around the buzzwords company culture all the time. Is there anything that you guys are doing? Maybe you don't want to share all your secrets, but how do you get people stoked to come to work? We live in the West Coast. It's raining. Today's a beautiful day, but how do you get your guys stoked and bought into the Atkinson team and the vision?
Yeah, so this is something that we've really been working on in the last like 6 to 8 months. We've really been working on our culture. We try and do like team events. We try to give the guys a lot of feedback on the work they're doing. So we do a daily and a weekly scoreboard, and we go over our wins and our losses each week. So we have like hours for each job, and then we look at like, oh, how did the teams do this week? And try and make it a little bit, what's the word? Sorry, I'm blanking on this one.
Like friendly competition type of thing?
We try to make it a little competitive. So that the guys, they don't want to not hit their hours. So, and we get a lot of good feedback on that. And the guys are really, they really look at their hours, and they really don't want to be under, and they want to be over. And then a little bit of friendly, like banter is always fun as well. We try to be like super encouraging employers, and we try and like learn from our mistakes as well. I really want to like create like some like developmental programs within our company for the guys. If it's like material on like leadership development and other things like that. But that's just something like we're working on as well. So.
Can I add on to that, Dave?
Oh, for sure.
I think we have like a super good team culture, and like I'd love to say like this is how we did it, but I think a lot of it just like we're really close to our staff, like we're friends with them. We do stuff outside of work. We have like we try to be a lean company, so we like let them suggest ways for us to improve, and we definitely could do a better job of this. But trying to be like if someone has an idea, like actually taking and implementing it, so they were part of like a change in what we do. But I also think I can think of a few examples last week. Like last week was an ugly week and we had like jobs going long, but like on Friday, I know like Hunter's crew, I don't know if he's listening, but they picked up some like some lawns from another crew and they worked till like 6:30. So they had like a 12-hour, well, maybe 10-hour shift in the rain, but like we're willing to do that. And then like on another level on Wednesday, we had like a hedge trimming job go over schedule, but like both Matt and I went to the job. And then I think there's like 6 of our staff there, and there's only like 2 people assigned to it. So it's like it's like 2 people were going over budget. It's like, well, all hands on deck came and helped.
Wow.
Up to the top of like Matt and I going to site and helping out to make sure that job got done. And then I think that like flows down through the company, and that's kind of the attitude we have. And we try to say like, it's not like when I'm done my day, it's like, well, when's the team done their day? And like we're not going off at 2 if another crew's getting off at 6. So that's been really well. But then just doing like, we have a yard we work out of. We'll do like barbecues there, and we'll like, I don't know, we have a big field, so we'll hit golf balls in the field and have long drive competitions and just do fun things like that. And it's it's a good time. So
man, and you guys have like sweet company parties. I know I've never been able to make it, but you had like JoJo Mason at your last party. You guys recruit like the top country stars. You drop them in, and you like your guys must love that.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Like at the summer party, we probably had like 200 people show up.
No way.
Like I don't know if at one time there's 200 people there, but I think 200 people circulated through. And so it's pretty funny. Like, oh, we're having a work party and we have 16 staff and 200 people show up. So
yeah, everybody bring 12 people. That's awesome.
Well, that's what we say. Like we just like I don't know how we do it. We just share it, and like whoever wants to come, and like hasn't bid us yet. We're maybe 3 or 4 parties in, maybe more. But they've always been a good time. We just want people to have fun, and yeah, it's been really good. And we would love for you to make it out one day.
I know. I think this year's the year. Although with COVID, maybe, I don't know, we'll all keep our distance.
Yeah,
I think though,
like we haven't really talked about it formally, but to be able to have it to the level we want to, I don't know if it'll happen. So we might just need to really need to double it in 2021. We've also
you guys
sorry,
you set the bar so high with Matt on stage with JoJo Mason and you know, all the other stuff I saw too. I think you guys had this crazy game of bump going on with like 100 people, and I just like watch on Instagram and get some serious FOMO. So
yeah, it's true. I'm pretty sure I won that game.
Nice. What were you saying, Dave? I cut you off.
No, I don't know. It probably wasn't important.
Okay. I had one more kind of gold nugget that I pulled out from learning from you guys. I feel as if one of your super ninja hacks is you guys build community so well. And I know you have ties to Young Life and to church and to the Cloverdale community. I know you're in the Cloverdale Chamber of Commerce, of which you guys won a pretty prestigious award, I believe, for the last year. And it's just really cool to be in your same area in a different service industry, but we are kind of all doing the same thing, servicing clients and providing that 5-star experience, making a good team environment and a home for our team members. But I just wanted to encourage you guys on that. I think you do a super good job and get probably you build a lot of goodwill, I think, with your brand, just based on how you guys lead and how you guys interact in the community and base for the company to keep growing, or 5x, Dave, as you say locally. I like that.
Yeah, maybe I should 10x. We'll see.
Sweet. Cool, guys. Well, I think we're gonna wrap up here. We did run a tiny bit over time, but we will get this interview circulated around. I guess we'll just finish up with a call to action. If I'm watching this, I'm a homeowner, I'm a property manager, or I have a friend who needs yard work done. what would be like the best way to reach out to you guys to get a quote? How far out are you guys booked? And kind of give us a little bit of fill in the lines a little bit for us.
Yeah, you can, like, I don't really know how Facebook Live works, but we can post a link to our website and you can fill out a form on there. You can email us or you can call us. If you want a quote, we can be by this week, no problem. As far as scheduling jobs, if it's like lawn mowing, we can get you in right away.
Yeah, right
away. If it's like a project-based work, a bigger project, you're probably looking at like the 4 to 6 week mark. We usually like to keep it under 4 weeks, but this is like our busiest time of year, so we're kind of getting over that. And then like a smaller, like a 1-day cleanup project might be around 4 weeks. So, but yeah, definitely call us. You can talk to Kayla. She's great. She's fun to talk to. So.
And service areas, guys, just so we're on lockdown here, Cloverdale, you said South Surrey, White Rock. What are your other kind of main areas you guys are dominating?
Like that's our like main area where we like to dominate. We'll go into like deeper parts of Surrey. We have like a few clients out like Maple Ridge. So we'll do like Walnut Grove, stuff like that. We go into Alder Grove for maintenance. But for like projects, like, you know, like Delta's kind of the line we're going to, and probably like Alder Grove. And then like, we'll go look at things in Maple Ridge, but it's a bit hit and miss. So, you know, within a few minutes of Cloverdale, Langley, South Surrey, you're good.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I'm a homeowner in Cloverdale, South Surrey, White Rock, it'd be perfect. And then
we'll be there tomorrow. No problem.
To be there tomorrow, also servicing other surrounding areas. You said Delta, Maple Ridge, Langley, kind of the perimeter area around kind of that Cloverdale, South Surrey, White Rock area.
Totally. In those areas, it's just a little difficult during our like spring rush, which is now. Like come winter, we tend to expand our service area a little bit because it's slower, so we can, you know, have that time to go out there. It's just tough when we're slammed to get out to, you know, Ladner, Coquitlam and stuff. So
sure. Okay. No, that sounds good. What we'll do, guys, I'll post all your links up here on the feed, and then we'll start sharing it around so more people can hear about you and experience you guys' 5-star service. Was there anything you wanted to wrap up with the interview with, something that we missed, or you wanted to leave the audience with a bit of a mic drop?
You didn't pre-warn us on that. I don't think I have any mic drops, but I really appreciate being on here. It was a lot of fun. I was definitely a bit nervous, but it wasn't too bad. Maybe I'll be embarrassed when I watch it later at some of the things I said, but right now I feel good. So we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, guys, thanks for being on. And just wanted to say from me and Revive, we're happy to have you guys as one of our referral partners. And I know we actively refer you guys out to our homeowners who need any landscaping needs. And I think just always keeping it top of mind with the guys, you know, who our referral partners are. And it's great to be able to put a face to you guys for our guys and for our clients following along on our Facebook page. So thanks for your time, guys. It's just after 2 here on Wednesday, and we'll get back to crushing work. And appreciate all you guys' insights, and I'm sure we'll be chatting as the days go forward here.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. See ya.
Okay, bye.